Hello, friends. You're welcome as we continue this session on our BA Genius, and we're talking about goal setting in the last session. Now, as we round up, we're going to be looking at the next, key point which we need to talk about in achieving your objective, being the genius, that you are, and setting and achieving your goals is after you've done all the background work that you need to do, is setting the goals, breaking it down into actionable and achievable steps, seeking knowledge, through reading and seeking a mentor. The next step you need to take is practically start the pursuit of your goals, your dreams, and aspirations. There has to be a starting point. And the best place to start is from where you are. Don't give reason for inaction. A lot of times, people conceive a dream of, they set a goal. The moment the idea comes onto them, the first question, or you're sharing an idea with them, the first question is, what about the money? They haven't even thought about it. They haven't even, taken steps to break down the, to set the goals, count the cost, or whatever. The first thing, an idea comes to their mind, and they're already afraid of the goals. So that itself paralyzes them. Now, where the money is going to come from is always a paralyzing factor for so many people, which is unfortunate. So they already die to themselves before they even start pursuing the goal. So they've already failed out of the fear of how are they going to attain this type of goals or this idea. One of my mentors, Ibn Pagan, said the fear, well, actually it was Steven Seagal, one of the foremost actors, one of the leading actors in the world today. He said the anticipation of death is worse than death itself. Why die before you actually, confront the thing that is going to kill you? Why assume failure before you actually get to the point? Now, my point here is start from wherever you are, okay? Do not be afraid. Do not let the fear of not being able to access resources, financial, material, or whatever type of resources, paralyze you or, stop you from taking action. Make your plans, set your goals, and you will be surprised that the plan itself attracts the resources to fulfill it. More importantly, whenever you conceive a goal and idea, there is enough in you and around you to begin. For instance, some people have an idea of setting up an online business, and the first thing they're thinking about is, oh, but I need to buy a computer, I need a camera. No. See, you may, yes, it is good. You need a camera, you need a computer, but why don't you, if you don't have a computer now, why don't you start from an internet cafe where you can afford to pay £1 an hour, £2 an hour, and start taking, little steps from there. And when you're able to maximize and make the best use of the resources within you, that increases. We need to learn to be resourceful and not be intimidated by our anticipation of lack of resources. And by the way, as you stay on subscribing to our channels, we're going to be sending you information on how you can actually raise finances to achieve your goals, regardless of how big those goals are. Here we're not necessarily talking about you going to get a loan. We're telling you, we're going to be showing you practical things you can do to make money in different degrees that will help you to achieve those goals. So, I hope the point is taken. Never allow your anticipation of lack or your fear of where the resources of the money to achieve those goals is going to come from to paralyze you from taking action. Start from where you are. Wherever you are is good enough to begin the pursuit of that goal or that dream. Now, the next point we're going to make here is the fear of failure. Never, ever, or the devastation of failure. Do not anticipate fear of failure. Failure in itself is not a bad thing. Or the fact that you failed once, don't let it discourage you from continuing to pursue that goal, continue to pursue that vision and that dream until you become a genius. Now, being a genius is your final destination. And what do we mean by being a genius? Accomplishing an outstanding achievement or an outstanding goal. Have absolutely no respect for failure. A man, a notable guy once said, I don't really believe in failure as a concept, only if you accept it. But learn and grow from it, all of a sudden it becomes an asset to you. That was Eben Pagan. Eben Pagan is a life coach, a relationship coach, an author, and a very successful one at that. And then again, one of my mentors as well, John Rees, I think I mentioned his name earlier on. He was a guy that made £1 million in a day from online business. And you see, we're going to be introducing you to some of the materials in the course of as you subscribe to our channel. Eben Pagan said, every result is an asset, good or bad. Failure is a result, success is a result. They are both assets because what you tend to do is you learn how not to do things in a certain way. If you fail, it doesn't mean you should give up. It doesn't mean it's your final destination. Failure should always be converted to an asset, as in you would have actually learned a lot of positive things in the course of trying to make you succeed the first time. So take out the ingredients, the good ingredients from the first effort that you made that failed and start building on it. And also learn that, console yourself. Turn failure into an asset by saying, well, what I've learned is a way in which certain things will not work. Just like Thomas Edison said. They said he's failed 1,000 times. He said, no, he hasn't failed 10,000 times. He said he's learned 10,000 times in which the light bulb cannot be made to work. So he builds on his failures and turns that failure into an asset. And then in closing, no matter how lofty whatever success you achieve, remember there are still greater heights to attain to. Once you achieve success in a certain goal, a certain objective, a certain dream, set another goal for yourself. Geniuses are not made through succeeding at one thing or the first time. I've told you the story of the greatest one of the most prominent pastors in Nigeria, who built a 50,000 auditorium about 20 years ago. Today, that 50,000 auditorium has become, almost insignificant compared to what he has achieved since then. He has gone on to, I think he's got 4 aircraft, private jets to himself now, and this is a pastor. And then they ask him the secret of his success, like I mentioned earlier on in the opening chapters of this discourse. Say, what is the secret of your continued passion, your continuous energy? And this I heard from him about 25, almost 30 years ago. He said, whatever success they attained, and this was when he launched a 7-story office complex, which he built under 6 months. Modern, state-of-the-art office complex that will compare to any office complex in any part of the world, the United States, anywhere in the West. He said, his secret is once he's achieved a certain goal and objective, he forgets it, and then he sets a bigger goal. So he keeps setting bigger and bigger and bigger goals for himself. Today he started a university which under 10 years has become one of the leading universities in Africa, and I even dare say in the world, because students that have graduated from his university, which a university of under 10 years in Africa, they're already doing thesis on some of the works of his students in Harvard University as of today. So what am I saying? Your success of today is not your final destination. Alexander said, when he looked at his assets and said there were no more worlds to come. Alexander the Great. So he looked at all his assets and said, "Oh my God, there are no more worlds to conquer," and he began to cry. That is a wise man that knows the negative implication of not having, new, noble, and lofty goals to pursue in life. The moment you start making progress, you start retrogressing. You start paling into insignificant. Never get to a point where you don't have a noble goal, a noble dream, a bigger goal than what you achieved the last time. Never come to that point where you don't have it set ahead of you. Thank you very much, and God bless you.